episode of LoveLearningsTV. I'm Amy North. I'm YouTube's #1 dating coach for women. And ladies, if you own a phone and you ever use that phone to send men text messages, then stick around because I'm about to share with you 4 very common and very toxic texts that will send men running. Now this is a topic that's so important and so relevant to almost all women out there, so I'm going to bring in a real life man for this episode.
Hi, I'm Brad Browning, and I am indeed a real-life man. Now, I'm sure many of you beautiful ladies out there already know me from my Breakup Advice channel or my work as a relationship coach, but I am pretty sure that Amy's only actually invited me here to give the man's perspective on things.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
All right, well, I can do that. Now we're talking about text messages?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to talk about 4 very toxic text messages that women send all the time without even realizing it. And the problem is, these text messages usually make men pull away, lose interest, or sometimes disappear for good.
Right, okay, so I can see why you said this is a must-watch video. And viewers, full disclosure here, Amy's actually told me absolutely nothing about what we're actually going to be talking about in this video. It's something to do with texting, that's about all I know.
Yes, and I did that on purpose. So what I want to show you is toxic text number 1. What would you think if a girl you were talking to or casually dating sent you this message?
Oh, dude, brutal. I would hate to receive that kind of message. Well,
right? Exactly. Ladies, here's toxic text number 1. It's basically any message along the lines of, why are you ignoring me?
yeah, to be honest, that's a text message I think almost any guy would hate to receive, especially if it's not, justified, there's no good reason for it.
Exactly, and I think a lot of women would be irritated by receiving that kind of message too. But you'd be surprised by how many of my clients, subscribers on YouTube do send guys they're dating, guys they're into, those kind of messages. And whatever the case, it usually almost always is an attraction killer. Ladies, there aren't really any good reasons to send this kind of text to a guy. There's always a better way to get a guy's attention.
Yeah, so what about just saying like, hey stranger, are you still alive over there? Or something along those lines instead?
Yeah, sure, way better. But ladies, oftentimes if you send a guy this kind of message because he's ghosting you, he's ignoring you, or he's become distant, it's actually going to make matters worse. Instead, what you should do is send him a sneaky attraction text that's guaranteed to get a reply. Now, I explain exactly what this powerful attraction text is and how to use it properly over on my website. Go and visit www.attractiontext.com and watch the how-to video. Okay, now let's move on to toxic text number 2. Do you want to guess what that one is?
Toxic text number, probably something to do with jealousy, would be my guess.
Bingo. Any text along the lines of, are you seeing anyone else right now? Or who is that girl you were with the other day? Stuff like that.
Yeah, now ladies, that is not the kind of text message you ever want to send to a guy. Jealousy is not a good look.
No, it definitely isn't. And the thing is, I do understand why a lot of women send these kind of text messages, but it's never a good idea to give into that sort of jealousy. I mean, at the end of the day, who cares about who he's spending his time with?
Right.
You should be focused on trying to make yourself look more confident, more sexy, and working on having him chase you.
Right, jealousy just makes you look insecure, right?
Exactly, yes. In fact, if you use my attraction text that I mentioned earlier, which you can learn more about over at attractiontext.com, then a guy will almost automatically start distancing himself from other women and finding ways to become closer to you. Sounds too good to be true, but believe me, it does work.
Awesome. Okay, so let's move on here a little bit. What is the third attraction-killing text message?
Well, number 3, I honestly don't think you'll be able to guess. And so many people think to themselves, well, what's wrong with that? But what number 3 is it's boring texts like, hey, or what's up? Ones that don't really have much substance to them.
Yeah, actually, funny you should say that, because I actually talk about this in my X Factor program, and I actually have a name for them. I call them pointless texts, and I strongly recommend against sending that kind of boring, substanceless message.
Oh, absolutely. They're exactly that. They are pointless. And if you're going to send a guy a message that doesn't make him think of you positively or has no purpose, just don't send him anything at all. Simple as that.
Right, absolutely.
Now, let's move on to the final common type of message that women send to men all the time, and I think you're really going to agree with me on this one.
Okay, hit me with it. Oh, yes, I absolutely hate getting this kind of message, even if it's from my wife. Sorry, love. But yeah, no, this is especially bad if a guy is already pulling away, growing distant. It's a terrible kind of text to send.
Absolutely. Ladies, you don't want to tell a man what he can and can't be doing, so don't send him text messages like, don't do X, or if you do Y, I'm going to be really upset, unless you have a really good reason to do that sort of thing. There's nothing wrong with showing concern if your guy tells you he's about to jump out of a plane without a parachute, but generally speaking, men don't like being told what to do. You're not his mother. Don't send him text messages that sound like you're nagging or bossing him around. If you do, you're just going to push him away.
quite frankly, I think a lot of guys are actually just going to end up wanting to do whatever it is you're telling them not to do even more.
Oh, for sure. And it's always better to be positive or just say nothing at all.
Totally.
Unless it's life-threatening, then just leave it.
Yeah. Ladies, please do not send a man any of these 4 texts that Amy has just talked about in this video. Just don't do it.
Absolutely not. Instead of sending these messages, use my attraction texts instead. And remember, you can learn more about those at attractiontext.com, so go and check them out.
And don't forget to subscribe to Love Learnings TV right here and leave Amy your comments below. She is a superstar and she can almost always get back to you if you leave a comment below.
Thank you, Brad, and thank you for joining me.
My pleasure.
And thank you for tuning into Love Learnings TV, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.